but they will not have the cases which will have, you will have access. From medical college, sir, like Babul Reddy sir, Nag Babu sir. So whenever they see some very nice case or rare case, they bring it to the central lab and we always go and ask somebody. So next time when you are seeing some patient and if you think it is rare, please work on it little bit and see that it is not published as case study, but convert it to a research paper. Difference between case study and research paper is very little. You have to work little bit and you have to convince someone, collaborator to work on it. Okay? So your job is to convince the next person. Because they will not have access to these cases. They will be working on like whatever I showed before, enzymes, inside the cell, machinery, all those things they will be. But they will not have
is it possible like every technical input is different individual?
Okay. All the human encoding protein is same. So there is no difference. If we have something different, that means they have some disease or less efficient, more efficient. So most of these essential enzymes are identical in all the human beings, with very negligible exceptions. I think maybe 20,000-30,000 people, it's all identical. So the same interleukin can be given to any human being.
Students, interns, and principals of various colleges of the MA. Sir is our eminent speaker for today, and he's going to discuss on research methodology and problem definitions. Just to introduce sir, Dr. Javed sir is an analog IC designer with experience in design, layout and characterization of integrated sensor interface circuits for capacitance sensors. Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 2016. He worked on low-power integrated instrumentation circuits for sensing applications. From August 2008 to July 2010, he worked with Integrated Circuit Design Center, Semiconductor Division of Bharat Electronics Limited, popularly called BEL, Ministry of Defense, Indian Enterprise as a deputy engineer. He worked on dual output driver on BIDA at the IEEE University Partnership Program, Leader Summit at Cambridge, Massachusetts, United States. From 2014 to 2016, he is a volunteer and a member of the Executive Committee of the IEEE Bangalore section. His current research interests in integrated sensor interface design, capacitance sensors and low power circuits for IoT. He is also serving as a reviewer for the TCAS 102 IoT Journal, Sagna Journal and various international and national conferences. I take this opportunity to welcome us once again, and I request all the postgraduates and faculty and everyone to use this opportunity to inculcate research skills in their day-to-day lifestyle. Thank you.
Okay, the reason I asked was there's something called, there's a group which we have, I don't know how many people made, I don't know if it exists in medical colleges, but engineering colleges it does exist. It's called Members of the Last Bench Association. So I don't know if it's valid in medical colleges. That's okay. One more thing is, I actually feel nice to see a lot of white coats. The reason is, my brother is a doctor himself, so he always says, you should go visit one of those lecture halls where the length is much more than the breadth. Okay. In engineering, it is the other way around. We want people all around us, so the breadth will be at least 4 or 5 times than the length. Here it is going all the way. So I'll do a quick check. So I don't know whether the video person can follow me. This is just to see if I can capture all the people in the last, walk all the way there and see the. So this is how I look. So I think the mic fails here, right?
No, it's
Still works? Oh, great. So I'll set the tone first for this. So you're all medical students, right? So I shouldn't say students, you're all doctors. Right from day one is what I retired as a professor of the Government Homeopathy College in Hyderabad. So he also keeps saying that you should be able to come across and treat yourself healthily. So one of the research where All I had to do was read the cover page and digest that. That took about 3-4 pages for me. Rest everything inside is the same method, same technique. So if I, okay, importance that is needed in research when you say acknowledgement and citations. You give that and you are very well taken care of. So the session outline is somewhat like this. We will learn what is research, how, why, and how to prepare yourself for research. Next we will say how to define a problem correctly. Okay. Next we have research ethics and plagiarism. Now this is not definite. Okay. If you find these topics, I have 2 other topics I can talk about. The other one is what is the method of writing papers, and the 5th one is how do you incorporate entrepreneurship from research. Those are the 5 topics I have. So if you find any of these topics is redundant for you, we will swap with the other ones. So okay. So after some time when we take a short break, like I'll probably take a break just to see how the pulse is. You can tell me whether we continue with this or do something else for you, because your takeaway is important rather than me just delivering a talk and going back. So this should be, before and after has to be a great change. Yes sir.
More interest in research article writing, so after lunch we will talk about that.
Great. So probably I'll see till lunch what all I can cover in this, and I will take a break from there. I can successfully cover session 2 very easily. Okay, I may not go into a lot of details, but one thing, how many MD first year people here? MD
or MDS?
MD or MDS, both together. First I wanted an MD count, then I'll take an MDS count. So 0 MD, okay, MDS, awesome. Interns and final year BDS, MBBS students? Okay. How many of you are writing your thesis this year? Or your project work, final dissertation? 3rd, 4th, 5th, I don't know which year you write your dissertation or your project. Which year? 3rd year, right? That is MDS 3rd year.
But they have to select
Tools to analyze, and the basic tool is your research area. Okay, these are the two, which one has to be state of the art, meaning it should have been the first in the world. So as simple as that. So IISc doesn't give you a degree if you have not done something world class. You have to be the world's best at least for one day when you write a paper. So your leading journal paper describes what you do. So there is a favorable methodology of doing it. We will go through that methodology in the first session. So let me acknowledge first the acknowledgements to all the previous research faculties of mine, Google and IEEE, where we download a lot of papers from. Saved a lot of time in research for us. So thank you Google for that. So let's start. What is research? This is all research, that's all. As simple as this. We have taught this in our first standard or in preschool probably. What, why, how, where, for whom, and when. So the question mark is what you put inside, and then you find out what all you want to do. Okay. If you want to take this down, you can take this down, or I'll probably give a handout to Visu sometime later, so he can distribute that. So you can more focus on listening rather than writing down if needed. But there are a few points which I will not share, which are personally to me and not there on the slides. Those you need to take. Research. Discover new knowledge. Seek answers to questions. This is often driven by curiosity, fundamental, general knowledge and understanding. Then what is applied research? It is driven by practical needs, where you take in what is the information you receive from basic and then apply. You must be able to learn something new from your work that they can't learn from anything from existing literature. That's a movement of the state of the art. So a typical research progress happens like this. It's a broad uniform spectrum. Saying problem formulation, then comes your initiation and definition, followed by a method of solution. You devise a method of solution. Then you give the solution. Finally present it. If you have an intellectual property with it, for example, your patents, registered documents, you can register your ideas, or private practices where you can introduce, for example, what could I say? Suppose you find something new in your work, you can actually keep it as a personal trademark or your personal secret. You don't have to reveal it. If you want to reveal it, you get your intellectual property done. And then you finally give your technical article, which is either going to be a journal or a conference where you can publish or present. So, what is necessary for research? This is very engineering and mathematics specific, but I will still tell you. You need to understand what is the background of the work you want to do. For example, when you do, this is a recent example I saw when a friend of mine, Dr. Arun, who is actually an orthodontist. I don't know what that means. Can you just please tell me what is an orthodontist? I know ortho means bone and dental is teeth. So, is that exactly what it means? Who is an orthodontist and what is his role? Yep, anybody?
Correction of irregular teeth and occlusions.
Sorry?
Correction of irregular teeth and occlusions. Oral cavity.
Okay. Now, who said teeth to be corrected? Who set the standard that the teeth has to be corrected? Have you ever thought of that? Your branch is a fictitious branch. Somebody came up with some rule saying all teeth have to be look uniform. I said, why? Have you ever thought why you are learning this work? Then there is another thing which I called demand. I'll come to that. Tell me what is maxillofacial surgery. Please correct me. What is how do you pronounce it? Sorry? Maxillo? One please, somebody. Pronounce it correctly. Pronounce it.
Maxillofacial surgery.
Okay, what does it mean? Again correction. Then? Surgery? Go ahead. Inhibition is the last thing you should have in research. Go ahead. Okay, I'll probably focus a bigger group so he doesn't feel more. Yeah. What does it mean?
Surgery is pertaining to the maxillofacial area.
Trauma. Okay. So you want to correct trauma, then fine. Okay, then. Sorry?
Tumors.
Cancers.
Okay. Something basic, can you tell me? Because this is a common thing which happens even in PhD included. People straight away go. Exactly. You have to go as basic as possible. You people always have a complex solution for a simple problem. No need. Simple. Facial expression. Now what will happen if facial expression is different? If it is not same?
They may feel bad.
Who will feel bad?
The person who is having irregular facial
No.
expressions.
He or she is reacting because somebody else will feel bad. He is not feeling bad for himself. He is feeling bad because of somebody's impression on him or her. Socio-cultural effects. Stigma. You see, I am telling you, these are how you have to start your research. Why?
Thought provoking.
This is what I write my blog. If you go to my blog and say the title of my blog is why. Why do I need this? For whom is it useful? Okay, so these are some of the tools that you have included. Now, this is much more important. When you plan, manage research progress, I go into the details for each. But I'll probably come and spend a little more time on these two a little later. How to present and how to deal with the result. Okay, sometimes dealing with the result is a big mental stress for some people. Why research? Research or article lends credibility to your thesis or your dissertation. It helps you land a better job in most cases. you can stake out IP claims prior to patenting. If you have a paper, if you have a publication, if you have research work, if it is documented properly by a peer-reviewed committee, then the world will call it, okay, you have priority. Okay, this is IP is something very critical in your area in pharmacy. So you will have a lot of, especially when you are getting getting a formula or a chemical formula of a drug is coming out. So you need to know how a generic version of this formula is already there and how you can protect your current formula. So that will become a little important there. It's an opportunity to influence the research of others. It is required for promotions in many areas, primarily in academia. Now this is more personal. Bring attention to myself. There are many faculties. I would generalize also. So I might be doing an error, but I'll put my foot in my mouth and still go ahead and say, there are many faculty members here. The moment they publish, there will be a notice outside their board that said, I published. You have monetary gain in some places, you have a promotion gain in some places. So that will be there. This is another thing. The monetary gain is partially this, get you funding to do your research. Bragging rights. Bragging rights are good at a certain level and treated differently at a certain level. But bragging rights definitely feel good at when you're starting your research career. Say, okay, I put my step and I got my first paper, second paper, third paper, fourth paper. And then once you go beyond that number 10, right? You say, okay, your bragging rights go away, but you feel I need still that interest towards myself. This is a common thing where globally it is followed. So either you research or you publish. Perish or publish. This is something commonly I have seen. It's a small graphic cartoon which I saw in the biosciences. So it was said, I don't know if the last group can read it. When people are there, right, the suitcase he is carrying actually says rejected papers. Okay, so people in the back. So, and it reads, son, I don't see your name here. Then the son says, can you please check under the category publish or perish? I couldn't publish anything, so I was sent here. This is a very common analogy which everyone shares in the research community. When your problem is as big as this, and there are hundreds of groups attacking from different areas, your perspective matters. Research perspective matters. So when you see an elephant's leg, right, you straight away come up and say, hey, it looks like a big pillar. But it is only soft to touch. It has a leathery texture to it. The tail will say, you compare it, okay, it's a simple tail, but it's a nice pipe-like thing with hairy structures on the end. Draw analogies of different things. But a successful researcher is one who tries to get the overall picture on top and identify that it's actually an elephant. So, I'm sure many faculties have been writing a grant cycle, but let me come over to the students and find out if you know how a grant cycle is taken care. How do you write a grant and how to get a grant proposal done? Or how do you think a grant is written and grant proposal is obtained? What is a grant? Okay, how many of you aspire to be, and using that published research you will build your work. This is how a grant cycle works on paper. This is how it really works. That's why I said, you do some research, you don't get results, but you still try and publish. Sorry, you get results but you don't publish. Then you write a grant to do what you already did. Get that money, do that, use that money to do totally unrelated things, and then begin the cycle again. So now you tell me, what is the difference between the top half and the bottom half? Sorry? Yeah? What is that?
Bottom appears to be a retrospective. going back. Already results are there, applying.
Retrospective, I won't say retrospective, I say the starting point is different. See, like I said, no, you first have to identify it's a problem worth solving. Okay, so first people say, okay, let me first find a problem and see if it is worth solving. Do some initial research on it. When you convince yourself, then you go ahead and say, okay, now I think I can write a grant proposal and do. But so that is how it's like, you do first research, then you get money. Use that money to do something else, then you get next set of money. You will go on. But where does it give a concrete idea or say a deliverable as such? We will come to that. Now this is again a different kind of research where you have to take care, and I feel you people come on the last arrow on the extreme left here. Okay. We have a lot of people doing basic research with the amount of knowledge. Then we have applied research, which is trying to advance the technology. Then we try and do application development. And finally we see that does this application development give us a better quality of life? Quality of life enhancement is there. So that is why you have more funding coming up in that areas. How much of it is actually being used? I have one big question that I asked. What is vitamin B17? Correct, sir. I got an answer from sir saying it is a vitamin that is going to be used in cancer. Is it naturally occurring or it is synthetically prepared? I researched this, so I have the right answer. So now you tell me, is it synthetically prepared or naturally occurring? Naturally occurring. If naturally occurring, from where? If synthetically prepared, how? Both, no, you have, see, you should see both sides of the coin. That is research. You see both sides and then decide what to do later with that. So yes sir, synthetic or natural?